song. Assuming a tomorrow so bright, you embellish the innermost charm. As the night enchants its beauty and makes us feel beautiful, it side by side performs her duty by making our every night hopeful.
Okay.
A very beautiful morning to the dignitaries present on the dash and off the dash is a grand celebration of Inaugration, the new and small steps we have taken towards spreading knowledge. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to thank our honorable and respected chairman, CEO, principal, and HOD for giving us this opportunity on this wonderful morning. And we would like to extend our warm welcome to the honorable chief guests, beloved teachers, respected parents, and of course, future entrepreneurs and executives who have all gathered in the gallery with the word of mouth. The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you will earn, said by Warren Buffett. With this quote, may I now call upon Professor Dr. A. Nirmal Raj, Head of the Department, for briefing the purpose of this wonderful occasion. Please, sir.
To stand in front of all of you, to welcome at the first Sri Thiru Suresh Samagam. It has been my dream for the last 6-7 years to reach out Suresh Samagam. I have been, in fact, one of our alumni, Kaushik Ram. I am trying to get him for a very long time. The dream has come true. So I salute you, sir, for your wonderful journey. And next, I welcome Chandrasekhar Kuperi. Always he ignites our first year MBAs. Welcoming you, sir. Why am I standing here? Just to brief your purpose of why am I standing here and why you are all gathered here. Department of Management Studies, Veeramalai Engineering College has got only 4 aspirations. Number 1, to make you all champions. Number 2, make you all mindful leaders. Number 3, make you all entrepreneurial managers. At last, make you all entrepreneurs. When you leave from here, you need to be one of this. That's the destiny that has been set for you from today. With this brief summary, thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your aspirational words. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity. Light the lamp of knowledge in your mind to dispel the darkness of ignorance. Light the lamp of gratitude for the abundance that the divine has bestowed on us. So we gladly invite our honorable chief guests, Thiru Suresh Samagam, Mr. Chandrasekhar Kuperi, HOD, Professor Dr. A. Nirmal Raj, Associate Professor Dr. Revati Pandyan, to honor the equipment. With this beautiful quote, I would like to call our HOD, Professor Dr. A. Nirmal Raj, to felicitate the chief guest. Thiru Suresh Samagam. And Mr. Chandrasekhar Kuperi. Is created by what we do today, not tomorrow. May I now call upon Ms. Charu Preeti, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Sciences, to brief about our honorable chief guest. I welcome the august gathering harder to be a market leader than a market challenger, opined Philip Kotler, the historian of management sciences. Indeed, these words come true and find spirit in the intellectual voice of Suresh Sambantham, who is the founder of OpenSpace and CEO of Kisplo, convener, Team Tamil Nadu, as well as the co-founder of SAS Bhumi. I am very much delighted to introduce Suresh Sambantham sir, who did his schooling at St. Mary's School, Kannur, who is also my alma mater. He completed his higher secondary studies at St. Joseph's School, Kannur. He pursued BCom at University of Madras and his diploma in business administration from E5. He started his career as co-founder and director of SIS Private Limited and rose to the summit step by step and attained the position of CEO of Kisplo and founder of OpenSpace as well. Suresh Sambantham is a first-generation self-made entrepreneur whose indomitable energy is commendable and reflects in his newest patents and his 4 books. Indeed, his foresightedness has made him to realize Dream Tamil Nadu, a policy think tank with the sole aim of making Tamil Nadu a $1 trillion economy. His objective is highly noble, with an ambition of inspiring students and professionals to become a creator of jobs rather than a job seeker in Tamil Nadu. Let us all emulate this role model to infuse new seed in making Tamil Nadu more vibrant in technology so as to attain autonomy and self-sufficiency. I extend my heartiest way to predict the future is to create it, said Peter Drucker. I earnestly solicit another chief guest, Thiru Chandrasekhar Kuperi, founder of Annova Corporate Services. His educational profile is very rich and reflecting his intellectual acumen. Thiru Chandrasekhar started his studies at Institute of Cost and Work Counts and continued his masters in business administration at them, and later pursued his further studies at IIM Calcutta. He has put more than 2 decades of work experience, including academic as well. In fact, his career performance is amazing and showing his pivotal post like advisor to Moyola, ICO, angel investor, member of Chartered Institute of Securities and Investments London, UK, member IB Hubs, Chief Financial Officer to Aura Venture Capital, France. His deep knowledge and expertise in M&A has made him to establish his own investment banking and advisory firm Annova Corporate Services Private Limited. He was also awarded the prestigious Rashtriya Udyog Award, Ratna Award by NOCI, and Barclays Capital recognized his outstanding contributions and presented the Secret Weapon Award as well. We are very much honored to have such an eminent person for this wonderful occasion. Last but not least, I warmly welcome to you, sir. I profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce our chief guest of our day. Thank you.
Second, I run a policy think tank. Policy think tank na அந்த மாதிரி ஒன்று இல்லை தமிழ்நாட்டில் வந்து 2018-19 we wanted to create a policy think tank that will advise what kind of policies that we need to create. தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு அதுக்குன்னு உண்டான ஒரு எதிர்காலத்துக்கு உண்டான பாலிசிஸ் எப்படி வரையறுக்கிறது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக ஒன்று கிரியேட் பண்ண நினைச்சோம். அதுவாக ட்ரீம் தமிழ்நாடு டஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாலிசிஸ் நாங்கள் என்ன கொண்டு வந்தோம்னா தமிழ்நாடு எப்படி வந்து $1 trillion எக்கானமியாக மாற்றுறது அப்படிங்கிறது அதை பற்றி இப்போ பேச போகிறோம். அது கொண்டு வந்தோம். பட் ஐ நெவர் தாட் ஒரு 3 yearsல வந்து கவர்மெண்டோட அஃபிஷியல் ட்ரீமாக மாறிட்டோம்னு என்னால் அப்போ எனக்கு தெரியாது. 2021 when the new government came in, the current chief minister declared we will become a $1 trillion economy by 2030, and there is an official mission by the government, which is something I personally take so much pride in because this is a mission that we embarked on. Of course, I also run the largest association called SAS Movie for SAS founders. Tamil Nadu government வந்து நான் 2-3 பொசிஷன்ல இருக்கேன். For the state planning commission. State planning commission basically advises the government, the chief minister, what they have to do in terms of planning for the state. So I specifically look at industrial transformation. ரெண்டாவது வந்து ஃபாரின் கண்ட்ரீஸ்ல இருந்து தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு எப்படி இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ் கொண்டு வரது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு there is something called the investment ambassador. So there are a few people who have been named as investment ambassador for the government of Tamil Nadu. I am one of them. அப்புறம் மூணாவது வந்து தமிழ்நாடு வந்து பெங்களூர் இஸ் நம்பர் 1 in IT. நான் வந்து ஒரு நம்பர் 3, நம்பர் 4 பொசிஷன்ல இருக்கோம். அது திருப்பி எப்படி நம்பர் 1-ஆ மாத்துறது அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு there is one committee. அது called the future of IT committee ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதுல வந்து I'm a key participant to see how to take Tamil Nadu's IT to number 1 position. This is what I do. Just to do 2 minutes or 1 minute on ISPLO. ISPLO is a platform. We have customers in 160 odd countries. We have really big customers using our software. That's all I wanted to say. In the speech, I wanted to start out with a kutti story. Okay, wow. ஒரு 3 பேர் வந்து கல் உடைச்சிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஒருத்தர் வந்து அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒருத்தர் போய் கேட்டாரு என்ன பண்ணிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்கும்போது கல் உடைச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. ரெண்டாவது ஒருத்தர் போய் கேட்கும்போது நான் வந்து ஒரு சிலை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். இந்த நாட்டிலே வந்து மிக அழகான ஒரு சிலை, எல்லாரும் பாராட்டுற மாதிரி ஒரு சிலை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. மூணாவது வந்து ஒருத்தர் போய் கேட்கும்போது அவர் சொன்னாரு இங்க பக்கத்தில் பார்க்குறீங்கன்னா நான் ஒரு கோயில் கட்டிட்டு இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. ஸோ ஏன் இதை சொல்ல வரேன்னா நீங்கள் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல இருக்கிறதுனால இது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்டான விஷயம் நினைச்சேன். ஏன்னா நிறைய டைம்ல வந்து நம்ம ஒரு கிளாரிட்டி இருக்கிறது இல்லை. நிறைய பேர் நம்ம வந்து ஸ்டோன் கட்டர்ஸாகவே இருப்போம். ஆனால் நம்ம எதுக்காக அந்த ஸ்டோனை கட் பண்றோம் அப்படிங்கிறது மூணாவதா இருக்கிறது தெரிஞ்சிருக்கு. அவரும் ஸ்டோன் கட்டிங் தான் பண்றாரு. 3 பேருமே கல்லு தான் உடைக்கிறாரு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இருக்கிறவரும் கல்லு தான் உடைக்கிறாரு, செகண்ட் இருக்கிறவரும் கல்லு தான் உடைக்கிறாரு, மூணாவது இருக்கிறவரும் கல்லு தான் உடைக்கிறாரு. ஆனால் முதல்ல இருக்கிறவரு கல்லுடைய லிமிட் போட்டு டெக்னாலஜி ஜாப்ஸ் வேர்ல்டு வைட். இந்த இடத்த வந்து ஹிந்தி பிடிச்சிருக்கும் ஆக்சுவலா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா. once because there is only so much a student can learn, there is so much bandwidth he has. ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா நீங்க வந்து அந்த இடத்த வந்து ஹிந்தி பிடிச்சிச்சுன்னா உங்களுக்கு இங்கிலீஷ் நீங்க வந்து அந்த அளவுக்கு ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டீங்க. இங்கிலீஷ் நீங்க அந்த அளவுக்கு ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணலன்னா இன்டர்நேஷனல் லெவல்ல நம்மளால கம்பீட் பண்ணிருக்க முடியாது. and that's a very very important thing. so in today இன்னைக்கு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டரும் இங்கிலீஷ் ஸ்கில்ஸும் இருந்துச்சுன்னா, ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் இன்டர்நெட் இங்கிலீஷ் ஸ்கில்ஸ் இருந்துச்சுன்னா, சில்க்வார் பட்டியல இருக்கிற ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து ஸ்டான்ஃபோர்ட் யூனிவர்சிட்டில இருக்கிறவங்களோட கம்பீட் பண்ண முடியும். சீரியஸா there is nothing stops him, right? Simply because the same Stanford material is available online for anybody in the world to learn. All you need is English education, internet and a computer. இது மூணு இருந்துச்சுன்னா literally we can, so that is that important. அது இருந்ததுனால தான் நம்ம இந்த அளவுக்கு நம்மளால ப்ரோக்ரஸ் பண்ண முடிஞ்சிச்சு. ஸோ இது எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 10 இயர்ஸ்ல நடந்திருக்கும். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் த நெக்ஸ்ட் 10-year கோல் அப்படிங்கும் போது அந்த 5th மாஸ்டர் ஸ்ட்ரோக்ன்றது நான் ப்ரப்போஸ் பண்ணேன் 2018-2019ல. we need to go to the $1 trillion economy in a 10-year period, and we have to do that through what is called as mass entrepreneurship, right? ஏன்னா இப்போ நல்லா யோசிச்சு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்கூல் எஜுகேஷன் பண்ணோம், அப்புறம் ஹையர் எஜுகேஷன் பண்ணோம். இந்த ஹையர் எஜுகேஷன் பண்ணவங்களுக்குலாம் என்ன தேவைப்படுதுன்னா ஜாப் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் தேவைப்படுது. இந்த ஜாப் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் அவங்களுக்கு கொண்டு போய் கொடுக்கணும்னா அதை உருவாக்கக்கூடிய நிறுவனங்களை, கம்பெனிஸை நம்ம உருவாக்கணும். இல்லைன்னா என்ன ஆகும்னா நல்லா படிச்சு முடிச்சுட்டு வேலை இல்லாமல் வந்துட்டு இருக்கோம். அப்போ வேலைகளை யார் உருவாக்குறது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கவர்மெண்ட் உருவாக்குறது இல்லை. வேலைகளை யார் உருவாக்குறதுன்னா நிறைய பிரைவேட் கம்பெனிஸ் தான் ஜாப்ஸ் உருவாக்குது. கவர்மெண்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப கம்மியான வேலைகளை தான் உருவாக்குது. ஸோ அந்த பிரைவேட் கம்பெனிஸ் நிறைய நம்மளால உருவாக்க முடிஞ்சதுதான் நம்மளால இவ்வளோ பேர் படிச்சுட்டு வரும் பொழுது. ஏன்னா நிறைய 51% ஆஃப் பீப்புள் ஸ்டடிங் ஹையர் எஜுகேஷன் கம்மிங் ஆகும். வருஷத்துக்கு 10 லட்சம் பேர் படிச்சுட்டு வெளில வரான். அந்த 10 லட்சம் பேருக்கு அவனுக்கு உண்டான வேலையை கொடுக்க முடியாதுன்னா சில பேர் போய் ஸ்விக்கிலையும் ஜொமேட்டோலையும் ஒர்க் பண்ணிருக்கான். ஸ்விக்கி ஓலா ஊபர்லையும் ஒர்க் பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னா அந்த அளவுக்கு படிச்சுட்டாங்க, படிச்சு வெளில வராங்க, அவங்களுக்கு முன்னாடி வேலையை நல்லா கொடுக்க முடியல. So we need to create a lot of jobs for which we need to create some percentage of these people you are here. நீங்க படிச்சு முடிச்சுட்டு வேலையை தேடாம வேலைகளை உருவாக்கக்கூடிய entrepreneur-ஆ மாறுங்க. அதுதான் இந்த 5th master stroke. So that's a natural master stroke because we own the brands, we own the companies, we own the value creation. Otherwise we will simply working as slaves to somebody else. So we need to own the companies. இல்ல நம்ம இன்னொருத்தங்களுக்கு வேலையால வேலை பண்றோம். என்னைக்கு நாம நம்மளுடைய கம்பெனிஸை நாமளே ஓன் பண்றோமோ அன்னைக்கு தான் we will be in an even more much better state. So the future of warfare is not in guns. The future of warfare is going to be economic. Economic warfare is the future. Yeah, economic and technological warfare. There is no more like துப்பாக்கி எடுத்து சுடுறது, பிளேன்ல போய் பாம்பு போடுறது, அதெல்லாம் பழைய கான்செப்ட், right? So the economic growth எப்படி பண்ணலாம்னா இப்போ தமிழ்நாடு is $310 billion GDP. அதுல இருந்து we have to go to $1 trillion. அது எப்படி பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா entrepreneurship வழியா பண்ணலாம். இந்த entrepreneurship அப்படிங்கிறது என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா you have to find a problem that many people have. You have to come up with a solution. And you have to exchange value for money. அப்படின்னா என்ன அப்படின்னு ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு சொல்றேன். நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து இன்வென்ஷன் இன்னோவேஷன் குழப்பிக்குவீங்க. இன்னோவேஷன்ன்றது என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா கிரியேஷன். இன்வென்ஷன் இஸ் கிரியேஷன், இன்னோவேஷன் இஸ் கிரியேஷன் அண்ட் கமர்ஷியலைசேஷன். இது ரெண்டும் சேரும் பொழுதுதான் இன்னோவேஷன் வருது. இல்லைன்னா நம்ம ஜெனரலா இன்னோவேஷன்ன்ற வார்த்தை நிறைய இடத்துல அபியூஸ் பண்ணி யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் அர்த்தம் தெரியாம. ஒன்று புதுசா உருவாக்குறதுக்கு பேரு கிரியேஷன். அந்த உருவாக்குறத மக்களிடத்துல கொண்டு போய் சேர்த்துட்டு அவங்கள்ட்ட இருந்து உங்களை காசு வாங்க முடிஞ்சிச்சுன்னா இட்ஸ் கால்ட் கமர்ஷியலைசேஷன். அது வாங்க முடிஞ்சிச்சுன்னா then invention becomes the innovation. And that is what is the root of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not about invention. It's about innovation. It's not just about creation. அந்த கிரியேஷனை எப்படி கமர்ஷியலைஸ் பண்றது, அதை எப்படி மக்களிடத்தை கொண்டு போய் சேர்த்துட்டு அவங்கள்ட்ட காசு வாங்குறது அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த லூப்பை கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணும் பொழுது யூ பிகம் a great entrepreneur, right? உதாரணத்துக்கு சொல்றேன், நமக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு? ஸ்கின் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருக்கு. நம்மளுடைய ட்ரெடிஷனலா நமக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? மஞ்சள் அரைச்சு போட்டா ஸ்கின் ப்ராப்ளம் போயிடும் தெரியும். ஆனா அந்த மஞ்சள் அரைச்சு போடுறதுல எவ்வளவு டிஃபிகல்ட் இருக்கு. காலையில எழுந்துச்சு அம்மியை பார்த்து மஞ்சள் போட்டு தேய்ச்சி அது கையெல்லாம் மஞ்சள் ஆகி இட்ஸ் ஜஸ்ட் காம்ப்ளிகேட்டட். ஸோ ஒருத்தர் என்ன யோசிக்கிறான், இந்த விக்கோ அப்படிங்கிற கம்பெனி அந்த மஞ்சள்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய நற்குணங்களை எடுத்து அதை எப்படி ஈஸியா அஃபோர்டபுளா கன்வீனியன்ட்டா டைம் சேவ் பண்ற மாதிரி ஒரு கிரீம் பண்றதுன்னு யோசிக்கிறான். அதான் விக்கோ டர்மரிக் கிரீம். மஞ்சள் வந்து 10 காசு தான் வரும். ஆனா அவன் எவ்வளவு விற்கிறான்? அமெரிக்கால வந்து எடுத்தாரு, நீங்க கூகுள் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம், அமெரிக்கா யூஎஸ்ல இருக்கு. அந்த விக்கோ டர்மரிக் கிரீம் வந்து $14. இன்னைய ரேட்டுக்கு 1500 rupees, கிட்டத்தட்ட 1400 1500 rupees. So same 50 காசு விற்க வேண்டிய மஞ்சள் வந்து 1500 ரூபாய்க்கு விற்க முடியும். So this is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is about identifying a problem like many people have. அதுல இருந்து அதுக்கு ஒரு சொல்யூஷனை கண்டுபிடிச்சு அதை எப்படி கமர்ஷியலைஸ் பண்ணி மக்களிடத்தை கொண்டு போய் சேர்க்கிறது அப்படிங்கறத கனெக்ட் பண்ணும்போது you become an entrepreneur. And this is the opportunity. And this opportunity you will become your own boss. You don't have to work for someone else. And MBA students are most ideal for becoming entrepreneurs. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I came here. So இந்த ஐடியாஸ்லாம் எங்க வரும் அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு நான் வந்து என்ன சொல்ல பிராக்டிகல் ஸ்லீப் குட் அவுட்கம்ஸ், எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் நீங்க ஒரு விஷயத்தை வந்து பார்க்க உங்களுக்கு கோபம் வருது, if you are frustrated, if you get irritated, if you feel angry, அங்கெல்லாம் ஒரு ஐடியா ஒளிஞ்சிருக்கும். உதாரணத்துக்கு இந்த உபரோட ஃபவுண்டரோட ஸ்டோரி சொல்லுவாங்க. He was waiting in France to go to a convention. And கை போடுறாரு, யாரும் டாக்ஸி நிறுத்த மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க, போயிட்டே இருக்கு டாக்ஸி. He was running late. And நம்மள என்ன பண்ணுவோம், we get very pissed off, scream at people, and call someone, yeah, taxi. But he was just thinking, so many people were trying to hold the taxi and taxi is not coming. And he was saying, here is a problem that I want to solve. I have a mobile phone in my hand. If I press a button, what if the taxi comes to me instead of me chasing the taxi? And that was the நம்ம எல்லாம் கோபப்படுற விஷயம், ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட் ஆகிற விஷயம் அவருக்கு ஒரு ஐடியாவாக தோணிருக்கு. This is the classic example. நீங்க உங்களோட லைஃப், உங்க டே டு டே லைஃப்ல எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் நீங்க இந்த மாதிரி ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேஷன் அடையிறீங்களோ அங்கெல்லாம் போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா. ஸோ இதுக்கு ஒரு முக்கியமான காரணம், ஒரு முக்கியமான கான்செப்ட் என்னன்னா கனெக்டிங் த டாட்ஸ்னு சொல்லுவோம். வாட் இஸ் கனெக்டிங் த டாட்ஸ்? எல்லாருக்குமே நாலேஜ் இருக்கும். நாலேஜ்ங்கிறது இந்த மாதிரி pieces of knowledge. Through experience, you can connect the knowledge like this. But through creativity, you can connect the same knowledge like a beautiful cat. இப்போ போய் நீங்க படத்தை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த கேட் அந்த நாலேஜ்ல ஒளிஞ்சிருக்கு ஆக்சுவலா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா. பட் சில பேரால தான் அந்த கேட்டை பார்க்க முடியும். யாராலும் அந்த கேட்டை பார்க்க முடியுதோ அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா எல்லாருக்கும் அந்த நாலேஜ் இருக்கு. இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல நம்ம எல்லாரும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லெவல்ல இருக்கோம். ஆனா கொஞ்சம் பேரால அதே இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் நமக்கும் பிரசன்ட் ஆகுது. உபர் மாதிரி, உபரோட ஃபவுண்டர் மாதிரி நம்மளும் ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட் ஆகிறோம், அவரும் ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட் ஆகிறாரு. அவர் உபர் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறாரு, நான் ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட் ஆகிட்டு ஒரு கட்ட டாக்ஸி பிடிச்சி போயிட்டு இருக்கோம். That's a difference, right? So that's what makes an entrepreneur. His creativity, his ability to connect the dots in a fashion which normal people cannot connect. That makes him an entrepreneur. Right? So, the entrepreneurship வந்து எங்கெல்லாம் thank you sir. எங்கெல்லாம் இருக்குன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா ஜெனரலா entrepreneurshipனாலே ஏதோ சாஃப்ட்வேர் ரிலேட்டட் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் இருக்கு. அது கிடையாது. entrepreneurship கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ்ல பண்ணலாம், மெக்கானிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங்ல பண்ணலாம், எஜுகேஷன்ல பண்ணலாம், ஃபார்மசில பண்ணலாம், ஹெல்த் கேர்ல பண்ணலாம், நர்சிங்ல பண்ணலாம், டென்டல்ல பண்ணலாம். உதாரணத்துக்கு வாசன் ஐ கேர்னு ஒன்று இருந்துச்சு. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டென்டல் செயின் இருக்கான்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா புதுசா வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. பட் there is no dental chain. ரைட்? இன்னைக்கு என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா நிறைய பேர் வயசாயிட்டே போறாங்க. அவங்கள பார்த்துக்கிறதுக்கு ஹோம் கேர் இருக்கான்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இல்ல. ஸோ எப்படி ஒரு உபர் ரோட்ல பட்டன் தட்டினா ஒரு நர்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு கார் வருதோ அது மாதிரி ஒரு பட்டன் தட்டினா ஒரு நர்ஸ் வந்து வீட்டில் வயசானவங்களை பார்த்துட்டு போற மாதிரி ஒரு சர்வீஸ் இருந்தால் எப்படி இருக்கும் யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. சூப்பரா இல்லையா? யாரோ ஒருத்தர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இது நான் சொல்லிட்டே இருந்தாலும் கொஞ்சம் பேர் கண்டுபிடிச்சி ஒருத்தர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு. அதே மாதிரி எஜுகேஷன், there is a lot of stuff that you can do in education. In fact, one of the biggest industries that can be disrupted is education, because education is still stuck in the old paradigm. We need to change. இப்போ ஒரு MBA schools, MBA schools-லாம் இப்போ வேற லெவல்ல வந்துருக்கு, ரைட்? அன்னைக்கு நான் சம்பூர்ணா இல்லை எனக்கு ஏதோ மெசேஜ் சொல்ற மாதிரி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா போயிட்டு இருக்காங்க. So education வந்து ரோல் மாடல் கண்ட்ரி வந்து அமெரிக்கா கிடையாது. If you want to really, in fact, as a state, as a country, if you want to model against another country, the best countries to model is not America or London or UK. The best countries to model is Nordics, like Finland, Sweden, Norway. They have proper healthcare, proper education system. அங்க எப்படின்னா education systemனா எல்லாரும் 12th முடிச்சிட்டு they have the right to go. There is no entrance test. அந்த மாதிரி காலேஜ் போனா you get an admission. And all colleges are equal. There is no discrimination between one college another college. நான் SSN ல தான் படிக்கணும், VIT ல தான் படிக்கணும், வேலமல்ல தான் படிக்கணும், அந்த மாதிரி எல்லா காலேஜும் சேம் தான். And they basically establish that kind of quality and standards that you can literally go to any college and you get exactly the same education, exactly identical education, right? So That is the model that we need to go towards. So there is an opportunity to do something in that area. Same way, Uber means pharmacy. Like you push a button. If you get tablets to your home, especially for diabetes, it will be great. Because every day they have to take tablets, right? So I'm just giving you all these examples to tell you, ஏன் எல்லாம் சொல்றேன்னா எங்க இருந்து இதை கனெக்ட் பண்றேன் சமூகம் நீங்க சமூகத்தை நோக்கி போகணும் சமூகத்தை நோக்கி போறதுக்கு உண்டான வழி என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா entrepreneurship ஏன் அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா நீங்க வர்க் பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களை மட்டும் தான் பார்த்துக்க முடியும் when you are creating a company you are taking care of the society because ஒரு நம்ம ஆர்மில போய் வேலை பண்றாங்க சரி when we work for army they think they are contributing to nation absolutely they are doing a phenomenal job there is no doubt but in my view more than working for army if you start a company it is like 10 times better than working for an army because you change the lives of hundreds of people on day-to-day basis. That's the most important aspect. You change the lives of hundreds and hundreds of people on everyday basis. And most importantly, entrepreneurship is a beauty now. It develops a full human potential. அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்ல வர இப்போ நான் ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஜினியராக இருக்கேன் ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கு போய் வேலை பண்ணுறேன் என்ன பண்ணுவேன் என்ன ஒரு கோடராக போட்டு விட்டுருவாங்க நெக்ஸ்ட் 15 இயர்ஸ்க்கு நான் கோடிங்கே பண்ணி வேற லெவலில் கோடிங்கே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் நான் வந்து MBA மார்க்கெட்டிங் படிக்கிறேன் நான் ஒரு கம்பெனியில் போய் மார்க்கெட்டிங் செய்கிறேன் ஒரு கம்பெனியில் போய் இன்ட்ரி லெவலில் செய்வோம் அப்புறம் கடைசியில் ஒரு 15 வருஷத்துக்கு மார்க்கெட்டிங்கே பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம் MBA HR படிக்கிறேன் ஒரு கம்பெனியில் HR போய் சேர்ந்தா நெக்ஸ்ட் 15 இயர்ஸ்க்கு HR பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் MBA ஃபைனான்ஸ் படிக்கிறேன் ஒரு கம்பெனியில் ஃபைனான்ஸ் படிக்கிறேன் நெக்ஸ்ட் 15 இயர்ஸ்க்கு ஃபைனான்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் பட் ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினர் நீங்கள் போய் நீங்கள் ஒரு கம்பெனி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் என்னென்னலாம் கற்றுக்கலாம் நீங்கள் ஹையரிங் கற்றுக்கணும் நீங்கள் ஃபைனான்ஸ் கற்றுக்கணும் நீங்கள் மார்க்கெட்டிங் கற்றுக்கணும் நீங்கள் சேல்ஸ் கற்றுக்கணும் ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் எப்படி டெவலப் பண்ணுறதுன்னு கற்றுக்கணும் அது எப்படி மார்க்கெட்டிங் கொண்டு போகுதுன்னு கற்றுக்கணும் எப்படி ஃபண்ட் ரைஸ் பண்ணுறதுன்னு கற்றுக்கணும் எப்படி உங்கள் எம்ப்ளாயிஸ் வேலை விட்டு போகிற சொல்லனா போகாத இங்கே வேலை பண்ணுன்னு சொல்லி நிறுத்ததை கற்றுக்கணும் யூ ஜஸ்ட் ஹேவ் டு லேர்ன் எவ்ரி சிங்கிள் டிசிப்ளின் தட் யூ கேன் இமேஜின் இதை விட பெஸ்டான எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு எதுலையுமே கிடையாது ஸோ entrepreneurship develops a full human potential that is embedded in you. So if you take that path and on the next master stroke today goal என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா இதோட தான் end outcome இப்போதைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுல we have இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு branch தெரியல we created this slide called making Tamil Nadu proud the branch of Tamil Nadu மாதிரி அது என்ன இருக்குன்னா like வேலம்மாள் காலேஜ் கூட எங்க இடத்துல இருக்கு அதனால சரியா கண்டுபிடிக்கல so like Arun ice cream ஆச்சி மசாலா சக்தி மசாலா ராமராஜ் காட்டன் Kevin Care Naturals Kiss Flow Zoho Freshworks இந்த மாதிரி companies these are the surrounding programs all these companies are the companies that make Tamil Nadu proud and these are the companies that contribute கிட்டத்தட்ட 25% of jobs in Tamil Nadu so your job or rather our job is to create this number take this number from 150 to 500 if you take this number from 150 to 500 if you start companies and build another 300-400 brands the GDP will automatically go from 300 billion to 1 trillion and this is the method to the madness of achieving the $1 trillion economy and that master stroke is actually creating mass entrepreneurship creating job creators and not just job seekers who stand in line for campus recruitment. Thank you very much. Visitors will come from Dubai to meet me, so I have to go on to get them. So if you have any questions, I'm sorry, apologize to Chandrasekhar sir. Sorry about this. I have to leave midway. But if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer your questions. Otherwise, I will take leave. புடிச்சிருந்துச்சா உங்களுக்கு you guys sure was it useful who wants to be an entrepreneur wow just once again I'll take some picture so raise your hands guys who wants to be an entrepreneur oh my god this is so big thank you no this is phenomenal so now part of Dream Tamil Nadu we run a program called Idea for Talent ஐடியா நீங்கள் வெப்சைட் போய் பாருங்கள் ஐடியா பண்ணுறதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த ஐடியா பண்ணுறதுல என்ன பண்ணுறோம்னா we help the students to who can come up with new ideas, they can come and present the ideas and we help them to validate if that idea is good, how big is this idea, whether we can get funding, how do we help you, what kind of a team you need to build, how do you identify customers, idella help pannom actually. So since a lot of people have raised hands, if you identify something like 20 students who are interested, I can even do one session for, like we cannot do more than 20-30 students maximum. It's a one-day program, like a workshop. It's not like a lecture, but it's like a hands-on learning. I'm happy to do that for like 30 students max. So we can do that sometime. That is a next logical step. Since so many of you raised hands, I can do that. Any questions you guys have, please ask me. I'm happy to answer. Yes, ma'am. Yes. What's your name?
I'm Bharti Srinivasan.
Sorry?
I'm Bharti Srinivasan. I'm glad that I got this opportunity here. So what I want to ask is, sometimes we have good ideas, even good resources, and people to encourage us, just like you. But there are also people who criticize us, who says, no, this wouldn't work out. So as an entrepreneur, how did you manage those self-doubts created by other criticisms or other people who criticize you?
Yeah. So, okay. The first thing is you got to be open to criticism.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you have to be open to criticism, but it is your decision to finally take it or ignore it. There's a difference between being closed and being open versus incorporating the criticism versus ignoring the criticism. These are two different problems. Many people are very close-minded, so they avoid criticism, which means you don't even get to know what other person is saying. There is good possibility in some of the criticism there is valid points. And if you completely close yourself, you will ignore that. So you need to be open. So that's what I do. It was not easy in the beginning because ஒரு ஐடியா எடுத்துட்டு வரும்பொழுது அதை என்கரேஜ் பண்ணாமல் கிரிட்டிசைஸ் பண்ணும்போது கொஞ்சம் கோவமாக வரும் சில இதுவாக வரும் பட் லேட்டர் I overcome that. I felt, okay, what is he trying to say? Why is he trying to say? And then I look at that and say, okay, maybe he didn't understand it, I ignore it. Maybe there are sometimes I always found people that got valid points. So I then went and Googled for that. Okay, then I changed my idea. I tweaked my idea to fix that particular issue. And then go after it. So it's okay. See, one of the big good things about entrepreneurship or other thing is you will develop what is called as thick skin. Nothing hurts you. You will get feedback and move on. People will be criticizing, it's okay, you just keep moving on. Because there will be a lot of rejection. Like you pitch funds for funding, people won't give you funding. You pitch ideas, people will tell you this is wrong, that is wrong. You try to hire some people, you give 5 offers, only 2 people will join, 3 people will not join. All this will happen. These are all different forms of rejection, right? But you just have to learn to live with those rejections. And that's what makes a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah, I got it. Most of the time, as I've experienced personally, there would be even thousands of people to support us, but that one criticism would bring us down somehow, unintentionally, within ourselves.
But you just have to learn to ignore it.
Yeah.
So like, I'm actually quite popular in social media. Like I have 250,000 followers across different platforms, like 250,000. So I post something, there are a lot of people who come and put negative comments. This happens every day for me. Okay. So but I just simply ignore it. I just go over a period of time I develop a lot of followers for me. So my supporters will come and answer for all the comments. By the time I put the post and then do some other work and then evening I go and see like a lot of people will be fighting. And one of the people who support me, they would already answered all the questions and I would have nothing to do. So you will develop that kind of stuff over a period of time. But you need to start somewhere. Criticism is actually the building blocks for you to grow. When somebody is criticizing, that means you are doing something. See, when you criticize, you when you are active, live and kicking, there is something to say about you. When there is something to say about you, it proves that you are live and kicking. so it is a good sign.
Thank you so much for your precious time, and I hope I can also become one of the nation contributors in the future.
One brand.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
So out of 300 brands to be done, one down.
That's nice.
Thank you. தமிழ்நாட்டில் பெண்கள்லாம் ரொம்ப ஆக்டிவாக வந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க, பசங்கள்லாம் ரொம்ப குவாய்ட் ஆகிட்டே இருக்காங்க. காம்படிஷன் அதிகமாக இருக்குது. நீங்கள் ஏதாவது ரெண்டு கேள்வி கேட்டால் தான் நம்ம மரணத்தை காசு All right, guys. If there are no other questions, I'll take leave. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful opportunity.
Once again, happy morning! This is your session. It has got nothing to do with guys like us. I know there is some introduction given and all. Look at how well MCs, how well they prepare. Ashtabur Kotla, Aida Kotla, Abdul Kalam, Assistant HOD Madam, and of course your HOD. You know, you are also on fire. But we must post graduation because I know many people can't afford it. Many people just stop with graduation. In your case, you're doing a regular curriculum. More importantly, in a reputed institution such as BMR. So before I move forward, please join me in giving a big round of applause to the fellow students. I again say this, MBA with you. Don't take it as a life and another post-graduation. It is a gift. There is something about MBA and you have to realize it if you're going to be sincere with the students. I'm going to ask you some byline and tagline. For example, McDonald's. That's a byline, McDonald's, that's a byline. McDonald's key and I am loving it. I am loving it, that's a அது மாதிரி சில ஒரு 2-3 பிராண்டோ கார்பரேட்டோ கேட்க போறாங்க. Will you answer? கொஞ்சம் எனர்ஜிமா. Kit Kat. Take up. When I take up and hold it. Just take it. I just asked you the byline. What about Abdul? Taste of India. What a beauty is that. Taste of India. Nike. Just do it. Just do it. Not get that. Just do it. I'm going to ask you one more thing. Life. Life. The mind, you're all alive, you're breathing, right? Life. Enjoy. Okay? Sorry? Live it. Okay, live it. Beautiful. Apro? Come on, Asana. There are what Achieve. Super. In the side. Miraculous. What does life mean? Experience, beautiful experience. Where is the life? Explore. So, எல்லாமே பாசிட்டிவா சொல்றீங்க. லைஃப் அப்படியே தான் போகும். அப்படியே தான் போகும். அப்படியே சூப்பரா போகுது. Reality hits. These are beautiful. Reality hits. Guys and girls, the tagline for life is unpredictability. Isn't it? Unpredictability. And yet, life is good. Despite all this unpredictability, we don't know what's going to happen. Despite all that, life is beautiful. I say, in the unknown is the variety. The unknown are another variety. Unknown is what spices up our life. How many of you know that they say they live in a VUCA world? VUCA. VUCA world, it stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. That's what they say, they live in a VUCA world. My dear friends, this is my message to you as the first message. In spite of this, despite this, is still to move on towards the growth. That's the objective. In our life, the only thing that we need to do is to move on towards growth. Why am I sharing this, Dharima? I've always felt that life is like a video game. How many of you played video games or games? Don't know so sophisticated. I know every time you play games. Okay? I don't know what that. You know? So in games, what is the beauty? There are multiple levels. But very important, next level simply means it is harder. Next level simply means it is challenging, right? As a life on the ground. As you are growing up with our aspirations, we all have aspirations. Very clear. But as we grow up the rungs of ladder of growth, next level simply means more challenges. So our life is like a video game with many levels. Each time you unlock one level, we are actually unlocking a new challenge, and you have to make yourself a new view to take on the challenge. That's how our if we are the video game mode, that's how we do it. We have to create a new view to take on the challenge. I'm sharing this because if I have to ask you, what is the basic expectation of MBA? What is the basic expectation of MBA? Let me help you. You know what is the basic expectation of MBA? The ability to come up with solutions to real world business situations or problems. I repeat my right. The ability to come up with solutions to real world business situations or problems. Real world. Something that is practically happening. Now, this definition looks like the expectation is very high here. So we in the corporate world, sometimes we jokingly say that problems come from anywhere and solutions come from MBA. That's how we say it, because that is the greater belief we have in MBAs. It's not an ordinary course. It calls for a. Why am I saying this? Because businesses, they go through situations or issues that require a fresh, methodical, strategic perspective. And who can give better? Only MBAs can give. Why do they hire MBAs? Because they want a fresh, unbiased, methodical, strategic perspective that MBAs are better placed to offer that. That is why I'm saying this MBA will get. It's not an ordinary course where you simply join my dear students. In today's contemporary world, no. When we hire MBAs, we put them into job rotation. You know, MBA meaning in simple one word, manage. You have to manage situations. It can be operations, it can be marketing, it can be engineering, it can be finance, it can be HR, it can be technical, it can be production, it can be supply chain. Oh gosh, anything. You still need to be there because you are managerial. Why are you taking your post? Reality. I'm going to reality. And you have to hear me out because I come from industry. I'm an entrepreneur myself. Again, in reminding, MBAs are expected to come up with solutions which are success outcome based. The success matters, probably you're going to get more rewards, you're going to get more recognitions. Now, you consider this as a challenge. Isn't that happening to a challenge? Now, what is the MBA? And also, what is it? After the campus, the no, let's don't just think like that. It's very, very different. I'm not saying difficult. It's challenging. And then I always tell myself, challenges is what makes our life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes our life meaningful. The life is meaningful here. The challenge is challenges is what makes our life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes our life meaningful. Students, can you make your life meaningful with this MBA? Ensure that over those 2 years, you spend significant time. Because when it comes to the services aspect of MBA, what is the first step? You have to analyze complex business situation. First, in the business in the aspect analyze the complex business situation. Then you have to make a diagnosis. What is diagnosis? Analyze what went wrong, why it went wrong, how it went wrong, who went wrong. All this you have to analyze. And then the third, you develop something called insights and conclusions. How do you sort of come up with a solution? And how do you conclude that and tell this is how it should go? You develop insights and conclusions. Then you come up with a recommendation. How to ensure that analysis, that diagnosis, that insight, that conclusions can all be taken into account. You also assist in the implementation, and finally, you are facilitating the learning. How do you ensure this learning is imparted for the client or your team players? You're all working in a team. How to ensure that? So it starts with analysis. Then you're doing the diagnosis. Then now you're developing the insights. Then you are making the recommendation how to do it. Then you are assisting the implementation and finally even facilitating the learning. Wow. That's why I always feel that MBA is all about gaining the expertise, the experience and the knowledge to actualize your potential. You're gaining expertise, you're gaining experience, you're gaining knowledge so that you can actualize your potential. That's why I began by saying it's not an ordinary course. If you find this 2 years, if you want to create a difference, it starts with you. Again, I remind you, if you want to create a difference, it starts with you. Of course, you're going to have amazing faculty. You will have amazing, your friends, fellow students, probably mentors, advisors, entrepreneurs, who can even come and give you a lot of yarn. But at the end of the day, it begins with you. So having said this, now I'm going to share with you a few watchwords, few phrases. I think if not all, some is going to be of help to you. So will you give me your attention? Yes. Will you give me your attention? Yes. Will you give me your extra attention? Yes. So please give me your attention. What I'm going to do is, after I explain the word, I will utter the first letter. You have to tell me the word. Okay? For example, in our primary days, the teacher used to say, C for cat. D for dog. So when I say D for, don't say dog. Whatever word I explain, say that, okay? Are we here? My first keyword is this beautiful word called imagination. What is imagination? The ability to see the future. He also spoke about creativity. Consider the cat very much, connecting the dots and children. Imagination is the ability to see the future. My dear students, the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. I'll repeat that. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Now you get frightened. I have knowledge learning. Even more true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. No. Knowledge is important, but what is more important than that is imagination. I know you will not believe me, so let me quote Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. It is the preview to life's coming attractions. Not beauty. Imagination is more important than knowledge. It is the preview to life's coming attractions. What is preview? Trailer. The Padapala was not trailer. It's the preview to life's coming attraction. That's the power of imagination. Imagination. In fact, our eyes are there not just to view, but also to project. You have imagination, you have dreams. And the dreams when you are Shah Rukh Khan, you are a hero, even I do, right? In our dreams it happens. That is the power of our mind, our imagination. Imagination makes us see things that do not yet exist. Because in our company, We have already seen that. It is yet to exist. You know? But then in our mind, we have already seen it. In fact, I say that imagination is intangible. It is the beginning of converting nothing into something. That's the power of imagination. You can convert nothing into something. How many of you know this line, what you think you become? You can play what you think. Suddenly, you know, something will spring within you and you will become that. Such a powerful statement. What you think you become. Imagination helps you create that reality. That is the power of imagination. It helps you create reality. In fact, everything happens twice. You'll be surprised how in our life, everything happens twice. First in our mind and then in the reality. You'll be surprised. You want to get the highest mark or you want to get certain percentage. In your mind, you have already dreamed, thought about it, imagined, aspired. Then it happens in reality. Your question, if you think everything is going to go well, oh, trust me, you'll be able to handle even criticism better way. Because that's the power of imagination. My dear students, I used to think a lot that poor people are poor because they don't work hard. I used to think like that. Why they are poor? Because they don't work hard. I had the biggest realization that they actually work more hard than anybody. But the problem is, they don't think hard. They don't think hard. Poor thinking habits keeps most people poor, not poor working habits. I'll repeat that again. Poor thinking habits keeps most people poor, not poor working habits. A lot of people are willing to put extra effort. Problem is, they're not able to think. Now, why am I sharing all this? Even with you. When you are part of a task, when you are part of a project, when you repeatedly do that job or activity for a longer period of time, you can also become so easy that you'll fall in the comfort zone because of boredom. Whenever you're falling in a comfort zone, just ask this question to yourself. What value can I add to the organization? What value can I add to the task? What value can I add to my team members? And then tell yourself, how can I make this better? How can I do this better? These two questions are very relevant. Every time you want to be a top performer, ask these two questions all the time. How can I make this better? How can I do this better? Because the moment you say this, trust me, your imagination will come and help you because imagination is an internal problem-solving tool that all of us possess as a gift. All of us have it. The only question that's it. You have to ensure that you are able to bring it out. Because it's an internal problem-solving tool that all of us possess as a gift. In fact, I used to tell myself, that if you need to improve, there's only one phrase which you have to keep repeating in your mind. And the phrase is, good, better and best. Let them never rest until good becomes better and better becomes best. Somewhere, that feeling that you are cut out to be different has to come from you. Imagination gives birth to ideas. Imagination will give you the power to execute. That is the power of imagination. Imagination is such an innovation tool. In fact, how many of you want to feel like hero or heroines? Hero or heroines. What life not movie. Life heroine life heroine. What about hero or heroine? There's no interest at all. Life is over. What I'm saying is, life. Come on, boys and girls, lift your hand. Lift your hand. Tell yourself that I'm cut out to be a hero or a heroine. Silence. Now listen to this. The power of imagination. To believe in the heroic makes you heroes and heroines. To believe. How do you believe? With the power of imagination. You imagine that you are cut out for that. So, what does I stand for? What does I stand for? Now I move to my next important word, which is decision making. So what is decision making? Decision making is gathering information, and then you will evaluate the alternatives, and finally you make a choice. Whatever is the right choice. That's what is decision making. Now my dear students, decision making is life. Life is a series of decisions, and for MBA it is even more relevant because MBA is management, manager. If you don't manage, you damage. Just remember this, if you don't manage, you damage. So why am I speaking about decision making? If you need to manage something, the only thing you have to do is have the guts to take decisions. Now where the fear comes? If the decision goes wrong, correct? That's where the fear comes. If the decision goes wrong, what will happen? It's okay to make a wrong decision. What did I say? It's okay to make a wrong decision. Please understand what I said. I never said make wrong decision. Sir, make wrong decision. No, I said it's okay to make a wrong decision because you have that ability to correct it. When we damage, then we don't take the corrective action. So the only request is, it's okay to make a wrong decision, but ensure that you're able to correct it because life is all about getting that correct decision. There's a difference between this word called accomplishment and achievement. What is accomplishment? Getting things done. That's what most of us do. We just get things done. If the organize Punama, we just organize it. What is achievement? Getting things done right. What is achievement? Getting things done right. That is the difference. Why am I saying this? Let me share a small anecdote. There was a young journalist like you who wanted to interview a business magnate. And one fine day he got the appointment. He's a young guy. The business magnate told him, the bar, you can only ask me 3 questions. And my answer is also going to be 1 word or 2 words. In the point, Sandosh. Okay? Right? There's a 1 mark, 2 mark American. So he said, okay, let me just know. So he asked the first question, sir, what is the reason for your success? The business magnate said, right decisions. And he wrote down, right decisions. Second question, sir, how do you make the right decisions? The business magnate said, experience. What he said? Experience. And this young kid, he realized, I've read somewhere that experience, the experience of the experience. Oh, experience is the mother of all virtue. Beautiful. He wrote that down. Now, final question. He asked him, how did you get the experience? And the business magnate said, wrong decisions. He thanked the business magnate. The business magnate went. He wrote in his notebook, wrong decisions. And now a big realization came to him. He wrote there, wrong decisions double your confidence. Right decisions double your ability to achieve greatness. My dear students, exactly something that is true. It's okay to make a wrong decision. Because the moment you correct it, you're going to be confident. And the moment you repeat that, greatness is waiting for you. What is waiting for you? Greatness is waiting for you. So what does D stand for? Decision making. Remember, it is your decision, not even your condition, that will determine your destiny. It is your decision, not even your condition, that will determine your destiny. I move to my next word, and my next word is a beautiful word. It's called expertising. Can you just say that? Expertising. What does this word mean, expertising? Is that guess for Mudima? The last bench there. Is that guess for Mudima, expertising? Expert. Is it what? Expect. Okay, expert. Expertising. What about this side? What is expert? Well work. Okay? But purposely, I am using expertising. You know why expertising? It's a present continuous. I never said expert. I said expertising. Present continuous. Which means, how do you get into continuous learning? My dear students, Again, I'll remind you, most people think that MBA is about specialization. No, in the world out there, it's not necessarily so. I've seen most MBAs, they do not get the opportunity to sort of work in the area of their expertise. Because MBA is like that. You are considered an all-rounder, you are considered a general expert. Let's say you have done your specialization in marketing. I'm sure marketing is a mandatory thing for you. And let's say you have to work on an engineering line. You can't simply lift your hand and say, out of syllabus. You can't do that. In that corporate world, you can't say out of syllabus. Which means you will have to work, learn, so that you're able to gain that expertise and perform. And this is where Steve Jobs said something very beautifully. He said, stay hungry, stay foolish. If you have read that somewhere, gosh, it's such a profound statement. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Our hunger for growth is our internal security guard to keep away the intruders such as laziness, procrastination, and excuses. I'm going to repeat that. Our hunger for growth is our internal security guard to keep away the intruders such as laziness, procrastination, and excuses. The mood is the dangerous enemy. Laziness, procrastination, excuses. Many of us, we are not growing because we have excuses, or we have laziness, or we postpone. We simply postpone. So as MBA students, if one message is there for you today, which is very important, is you have to research, because that's the expectation of the corporate world. We want you to research. Why do I say that? Because everything is dynamic in this world. Everything changes. It's not the same. Did you know all of us expect about corona? The war, the interest rate which is increasing, nobody knows. It's that dynamic. So what is the secret? The secret is this. When something is important to you, you will somehow find a way to get it. So ensure that you are able to make things important for you. This MBA is important, it's not another course. Ensure that you are able to get the best out of it. When you know what you want and you want it badly enough, you will find ways to get it. The methods, the answers, the solutions will become evident to you. Now I want to come to you. How to get it done. And what is the secret for all this? This word called expertising. Research, continuous learning. That's the magic wand that helps you to achieve it. So what does E stand for? Expertising. My next word is a word called networking. Networking is very important. In fact, we say your network is your net worth. What is net worth? Net worth is your assets that you own. Net worth is the assets that you own. Then you don't talk, you can go. Because I'm not here now. We just spend time. Unnecessary time. Did you cooperate? Because I saw this when Suresh was also happening. Somewhere you were talking. Don't do that, guys. You may not take 3 minutes of count. Enjoy. Do anything that you want. This 2 years, guys, is so important to you. And I'm observing Dr. Nirmal is again looking at you guys. You should be careful about it. Yeah? Have great respect for your professors, adulation for your professors, because don't take this 2 years lightly. You get a campus placement that won't give you life. You have to choose your life. So networking is all about how do you ensure that you're able to create that ability in terms of that people connect. Because networking is a very important quality. Networking is a social, interpersonal, intangible quality. Something that the eyes can't see very easily. It's interpersonal, it's social, tangible. Why am I saying this? Many of you will be introverts. They're introverts. They can't speak. My dear students, if you're introverts, I can understand that. If you're shy, I can understand that. But you're doing MBA. Your course is MBA. MBA is all about relationship management, which means you're going to interact with people. You're going to interact with the world. That being the case, how can you come out of this shyness? How can you come out of this introvertedness? The answer is very simple. Make a conscious point to get into conversation that you believe is challenging. For example, you saw somebody who has come and presented. you can have the courage, to ensure that you speak to them. When I'm speaking, I speak. Otherwise, I speak wrong. This is how we do. This is not networking. No? This is not networking. You network with the person and tell them what you want to speak. Come speak. The point I'm telling you, students, is you have to get away from the shyness, from the introvertedness, because networking is your network. So just ensure that you're speaking to people who have accomplished more than you have accomplished. Because that is easy. Speaking level is easy. For him to speak to the assistant HOD, he can't speak like that. So what is one of the methods? Try to speak to people who have accomplished higher than you. Try to speak to people who are better communicators than you. You're going to learn from them. You're going to mirror them. You're going to achieve a lot. And that is the only way that you can improve your networking. So what does N stand for? So I come to a very, very beautiful one. It's very personal to me. It's called time for gratitude. What is gratitude? Thankfulness. Beautiful. Thankfulness. Be thankful for the life you have. Be thankful for the professors you have, for the college you have, for your parents, for your siblings, for the things that you have. Because gratitude is the mother of all virtue. If there is a room which is dark and there is a single candle which, you have just lit, what happens? Light takes over the darkness, right? Which means darkness and light cannot coexist. Life and death cannot coexist, right? Either you are vertical or you are horizontal. You can't be both, right? So, similarly, gratitude and disturbance cannot coexist. If you are disturbed, that only means you are not feeling grateful for even one aspect of your life, which is impossible. Because I'm pretty sure all of us have got many more aspects for us to be thankful for. What I'm saying is, you can get disturbed. But you don't have to be in that disturbed state for long. I'll repeat that. You can get disturbed. But you don't have to remain in that disturbed state for long. That's what happened. Those guys were chatting, this guy, it disturbed me. But I don't have to remain in that disturbed state for long. Either I walk out or ask them, come and or me walk out. But I need to be thankful for this opportunity because at least few people are listening. Few people that's all are listening. Why would I sacrifice? What I'm trying to tell you as a practical example is, can you feel thankful for the things that you have in life? I always say, only problems happen automatically. Happiness is a choice we all have to make. Only hatred happens automatically. Love is a choice we all have to make. Only anger happens automatically. Peace is a choice we all have to make. Being negative happens automatically. Positive attitude is a choice we all have to make. Complaining is automatic. Gratitude is a choice we all have to make. The easiest thing is to complain. Easiest thing is to complain. But the best is to be thankful for the opportunity. My dear friends, the greatest asset we all have is the power to choose how we feel. I'll repeat that. The greatest asset we all have is the power to choose how we feel. If this feeling is right, everything is right. When this feeling is wrong, the entire world looks wrong. When you're happy inside, criticism can't affect you. If only you're giving your eyes and ears attention to the criticism, then you're lost. So what does T stand for? Time for gratitude, which means cultivate the attitude of gratitude. I'm going to end soon. My next word is very important to you guys. I chose this specifically for you. It's called self-care. What is self-care? Taking care of your own self. You think that's easy? How many of you think that's easy? Please raise your hand. This side. Self-care. Now, Jammu Bhagat, excellent. One of them. How many of you think it's so easy to take care of ourselves? This side. How many of you think it's so easy to take care of ourselves? You saw there are only few hands. Because trust me, it's the most difficult one to do. Self-care. Why? Because we neglect it. Because we ignore it. Example, all of you want to be healthy? All of you think of exercise? All of you think of yoga or meditation or Zumba or whatever dance or, right? And then you also think of in terms of how to ensure that you develop certain good habits, healthy habits. Trust me, it's never easy. I'll give you an example. Let's say, you are very committed to get up early in the morning so that you can exercise. You keep the alarm clock also. And next day, the alarm clock screams. You also scream. And then put the alarm clock in silence. In fact, by doing that, you wake up the others, you go back to sleep. That's what you do. It's never easy, guys. The self-care, what we say, is never easy. So, my message to you is, when we nourish, we flourish. When we nourish, we flourish. This 2 years, can you ensure that you take care of yourself? Whatever is that discipline, whether it's your exercise or your food habits, or some of the healthy aspects that you want in life, can you create that as a habit? Because self-care is very important for a simple reason. MBA students typically land in demanding jobs. Don't think your life is going to be rosy once you get into placement. Initially there will be honeymoon period. What is honeymoon period? Both will say, after that, deadline. This is what MBAs typically land in demanding jobs. They are recruited for demanding positions and a very competitive environment. You are not there, somebody else is ready to get into your place. It's very, very competitive. So if you don't take care of yourself, how will you give your best? If you don't take care of yourself, how will you give your peak performance? If you don't take care of yourself, how will you give your A game? For you to ensure that you are giving the best, please take care of yourself, whatever that self-care means to you. Because health is wealth, and therefore what does S stand for? I come to my final word, and this again is special. This is you. What did I say? You. You. That's my word. Please now give your attention because we are going to end. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. I repeat that. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. My dear students, don't get into this gossip. Don't try to always know what is happening in other person's life. Because that may give you some intelligence, but nothing about your life will change. You want your life to change? You got to know yourself. Mastering others is strength. Mastering your own self is true power. Mastering others is strength. If I'm able to empower these guys, I feel as if strong. But trust me, when I master my own self, I become truly powerful. Mastering your own self gives you the true power. What am I trying to convey to you? Very simple. Can you strengthen this being? Can you make this strong from inner so that nothing affects you? Criticism? That's how you should be. Because you should be strong from inside. Your inner has to be strong. The moment your being is strong, the doer within you will execute effortlessly. I repeat that. When your being is strong, the doer within you will execute effortlessly. That is the power of strengthening your being. Remember, a tree does not stand on the strength of its stem, but on the strength of its roots. A tree does not stand on the strength of its stems, but on the strength of its roots. Deeper the roots, taller, stronger, broader the tree. That's how the tree is. Deeper the roots, taller, stronger, broader the tree. Just imagine, if you guys can strengthen yourself by ensuring that this 2 years, you will discuss with your professors, with your faculty, with your team members, probably with mentors, advisors who are coming here. Ask them, seek their guidance, seek their counseling, even Parimar, share your ideas. That's why this networking is important. You have to come out of that point of fear. If you do that, well, trust me, your life, because your basic is strong, your fundamental is strong, Your being is strong, the doer within you is going to execute effortlessly. I always say that knowledge is redundant unless it can be translated into day-to-day transformation. இந்த நிறைய அந்த படிச்சு என்னத்தை பண்ண போகும்? If it's சும்மா அப்படியே அடுக்கி knowledge is redundant unless it can be translated into day-to-day transformation in your lives. So, what does YOU stand for? It stands for you guys. So let's try to recollect. I started with I. Then I went to B. Then I went to E. Then I went to M. Then I went to T. I went to yes. And then it is Y for you. If you just jumble these letters, what would you get? If you just jumble this. Who said that? Get up. What is this one? These 7 aspects of your life can remain your destiny. If you only embrace it, trust me, this 2 years, if you understand that you need to strengthen your being, believe in this destiny that I just explained to you, and ensure that you have great adulation, respect for your faculty, because for me, everything begins with respect. I know sometimes it's difficult to sit in a chair, I've done that, but end of the day, guys, there is a program which is given to you. It's your program, right? It's not my program. I would have simply spoken for 5 minutes about it. How does it matter? I've already accomplished this. Nobody needs to, nobody plays around. I know who I am. Who should speak about me? I know who I am. But end of it's your program. It comes for your benefit. We want to see if we know somewhere that inspiration comes in few people. So this 2 years can change the script and direction of your life. See, anyway we have to live, so why not live to be the best? Anyway we have to live, so why not live to be the number one? Anyway we have to live, why not live unleashing the potential within us? Anyway we have to live, why not live to be a turning point to ourselves as well as turning point to the world at large? Why can't we? So on that note, let me wish each one of you the very best. And please, if you have any questions, I'll take 1 or 2 questions. I won't bore you, but it'd be good at least to understand if you have 1 or 2 questions. On that note, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. இந்த காம்படிஷன் இந்த ஒரு क्वेश्चन का 2 क्वेश्चन சரியாமா beat that.
Happy and healthy morning, sir.
Happy morning.
And I'm really thankful that was such an inspiring speech for all of us. So the question I want to ask is, what was the most challenging situation you faced in your business journey, and how did you handle it, and how did this all start?
Give her again a very big hand. The most challenging aspect for me is how to discipline myself. That's what I was learning. Because we all end on this beautiful word called discipline. It's never easy. It's the easiest thing to give away. And I used to tell myself, what is the meaning of discipline? The meaning of discipline is doing what needs to be done even if you don't want to do it. And I used to remember this dialogue of Vijay in Poki. Anybody knows the dialogue in Poki? Now, what is told now? That to me was discipline. What is told now? And the only asking about it. Can you be committed? Can you be disciplined? That's one area which I kept on focusing. Because I knew that if I was disciplined, everything else would come together. Thank you. Come on, boys. Please, one question. Give him a hand. First, give him a hand.
Thank you for your speech, sir. Don't let us down.
I don't know about this one.
நான் டெஸ்டிங் இந்த ஒர்க்கை பார்த்தேன். நீங்கள் சொன்னீங்க இமேஜினேஷன் எல்லாம் சொன்னீங்க. அப்புறம் டெஸ்டிங் வார்த்தை என்ன தோணுச்சுன்னா, நீங்கள் அந்த வார்த்தையெல்லாம் வச்சு இந்த டெஸ்டினி எழுதிங்க. டெஸ்டினியை வச்சு அப்புறம் அதெல்லாம் சேர்த்தீங்க.
Beautiful question. என்னன்னா எப்படி நான் கோஜெண்டா உங்களுக்கு சொல்லணும். ஸோ நான் டெஸ்டினி வார்த்தையில் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறேன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டி என்னப்பா ஐயோ டி 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 இஸ் டிசிஷன் மேக்கிங். Not the degree and expertise. I want to give a cogency. First, can you imagine? Because the imagination will get the power to make decisions. But you can make decisions correctly only when you have expertise. But to expertise, you need people, mentors. So can I go about networking? After I network with people, I should thank God and say, Lord, it is time for gratitude. So I have such a wonderful people. But then I realized, for me to perform all the time, I have to take care of myself. If I don't take care of myself, I'm gone. Then I realized what's also for me. Can I ensure that, I'm able to strengthen my inside so that whatever I do outside is effortless. That's it. Imagination. First imagination. இல்ல டெஸ்டினி தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யோசிச்சு. நான் அவர்தான் சொன்னாரு, உங்க குரு தான் சொன்னாரு, டெஸ்டினி தான் டாபிக் இருந்தாரு. Thank you so much, guys. If there are no questions, thank you so much. Have a splendid life. These 2 years are very important, guys. I'm not kidding. Just to give you my background, I'm a chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretary. I've done my MBA from WIM. I've also done from IIM Calcutta. I have 3 international qualifications. I'm not saying this to boast about me. I'm telling you this because I'm always in continuous learning. And every time I say that knowledge is not important, how do I convert that into wisdom? The moment you convert that into wisdom, that's where your life is. And I wish these 2 years you're not just trying to gain knowledge, but somewhere if you can simplify that and get that into wisdom. And that's where this body is very important. Once again, all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your energetic and motivational words. We admire your watchwords, sir. To conclude, we would like to welcome you all to this beautiful family. We wish you all the best of luck for the future on the journey of education and success. Yes, our session comes to an end. Last but not least, may I now call upon Dr. Murmali, Assistant Professor of Department of Management Sciences, to deliver the word of thanks.
And graceful morning to the dignitaries, on the dais and off the dais, my beloved colleagues, my dear students, and everyone gathered here. The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched. They must be felt by heart. Family is one such prayer among them. I consider it a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have witnessed this as a memorable and successful event. Today, my words are not enough to express the gratitude. On behalf of the management, the principal, the HOD, and all the staff members, I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Suresh Samandar, founder and CEO of HISFLOW, and Mr. Chandrasekhar Kuperi, founder on our corporate services, who graced us with their thought-provoking address and set platform for our department. Your deep and intellectual way of imparting knowledge had added glory to this event. You really made this day enlightening for us. It's all for us to thank you for spending your valuable time with us in blessing this occasion. Once again, thank you, sir. In this beautiful moment, I want to thank our honorable, respected chairman and CEO, Welleman Engineering College, for this wonderful opportunity to organize this inaugural function in an incredible way. I would like to thank my beloved principal, Dr. Satish, who always be an energetic and radiant source of energy to support us throughout this program. And I would like to express our sincere thanks to our head of the department, Professor Dr. Nirmal Raj, who carried the department in unimaginable way and always be a solid support and catalyst to stimulate us to do our best in all activities. With a deep sense of appreciation, I would like to thank my proactive and dedicated colleagues for their untiring efforts to make this event successful. An event of this dimension cannot be happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated student committee and volunteers. I would like to thank everyone for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of the task beyond their comfort zones. Our sincere gratitude goes to all parents and well-wishers for their rock support system and encouragement. Last but not the least, a big thank you to each one of you who made this function memorable. We thank you for being with us. It was really a pronounced pleasure. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you, ma'am. It is indeed our pleasure to express gratitude to all those who made this event a reality. I request everyone to rise for the nation.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा